Guys, welcome back to my channel, Finnyfella Trader. I just thought I would do a recording in the middle of a trade I'm in right now. I've already technically passed the 10% prop firm challenge, which I'll be showing you. And I just thought make a wee quick video to show you why I get in this trade, and also my thoughts in the middle of the trade and why I'm doing what I'm doing and where I took partials, and just to show you uh, just to guess a bit of an insight as into how I trade. And in the future, I was thinking like I'll maybe do I'll maybe do live trades. Maybe put myself out there in the future and get ridiculed or patted on the back, whatever. I don't really give a shit about haters or nothing like that there. So people's opinion means nothing to me as long as maybe there's some one person out there that I help, then it'll be totally worth it for me as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, I just thought I'd go into this. As you can see, this is the daily. I know we've run into this fair value gap over here. I know I could possibly take out this here. And at the minute, the market to me, I'm still bullish because just simply by taking out my fib, and I don't rely on fibs, but it gives you an idea. So I'll zoom it in a bit so you can see. There's a bit of poor zooming in. So the reason I'm pulling the fib from here to here is that is the most recent impulse. And I would usually expect the market to at least come up and hit the 0.27. So now that kind of runs nicely with this fair value gap over here. So that's what's keeping me bullish at the minute, why I'm mostly going to look for buys. And yeah, this is why today I am heading with the bulls. So I'll take that off. I'll go to the 4 hour. Just a quick look at it. Now I have marked up sell side liquidity here and buy side liquidity here. I just feel that the market is going to push up and take out these highs. Also because if you take note of this high over here, this was a 4 hour. Well, it hasn't quite come down till it. But this is a 4 hour bullish order block. Although the market hasn't come down till it has come down and found support of this candle here. So I just get the feeling, I'm leaning towards bullish until the market tells me otherwise. Now, if it broke lows down here and here, then I might start thinking, right, we might see a bit of bearish movement, but until then, no, I'm always going to be bullish. So we'll break it down to the 1 hour. And as you can see, now there is news out today. There is interest rates in America, but that's not till later on tonight, UK time. So I'm just trying to get a quick trade in now, because I also have to go to my son's play in school, so I don't want to be hanging about today. So anyway, if you look on the 1 hour, yesterday in the news we got this massive push. I was thinking, yes, the market may come in and fill up this gap from here to here. I could still do that yet. Or I could take out these highs or these highs. But ultimately, what's made me aim for higher is obviously the higher time frame. And if we go down to 15 minutes, from this range from here to here, the market has come down and head off the 0.78 fib retracement. And this is all in the New York kill zone, this purple shaded area. And I also feel that there's buy side liquidity here yet to take out before possibly going short, because these equal lows are very attractive. So if the market does break below this, it's definitely going to come down and take out these, as far as I'm concerned. And if I just take the fib from also this impulse, to this, to the buy side liquidity impulse over here. You can see the market did come down, almost hitting the 0.618, and started to push away, broke these highs, these highs, these highs this morning in the London session, and it's retraced a little in the New York session. So for me, that's a sign we're going to go long. I'll just take it down into the 5 minutes. And you can see it's starting to make a wee bit more sense here. So there was sell side liquidity here. The market came down into the New York Open, took out this sell side liquidity, broke this structure. So structure break SB, that's what that stands for on my side, in case anybody's wondering. And it gave me an indication that we might see a nice push long now, at least to take out these highs. But ultimately, again, using my fib, I go from, and people don't get this, but you can work the fib this way. From this high to this low, here's the 1.27, or vice versa. You can do it around that way if you wish. So this high to this high. But I never like to go to the full, the full SPAC as such. So I finished a bit short here. I'm happy enough with that. Now I have closed out parcels. I'll show you that in a minute. But I'll show you the reason on the 1 minute why I entered and when I entered the trade. So as you can see, this area from this purple shaded area here to here is the New York session. And this purple area here is the London session. Now, the London session opened, came down a little, and pushed up. And the retracement started just before the New York session. Took out this sell side liquidity over here. And when it did, I didn't go on the first impulse. I wanted to see a sign that, the market is going to start moving along. So this pushed up. It's very easy to think right now is the time to go in, but the market also broke down again and took out these lows. When it did that, I said, right, now I'm going to start waiting for a sign that the market's going to go long. It pushed, broke this structure, as I said, came up here, and it started to come back down again. Now, I do believe it was this candle here I entered. Yeah, I'm just going to put on the market execution. Yeah, so that's the candle I entered on. So I had a 1 minute fair value gap here, as you can see. Template for value gap. 1 minute fair value gap here. I used my fib again. From this impulse low to the high. I wanted to see at least the 50 on the fib hit, and that's when I entered. Now, the market didn't quite go my way to start off. We had a wee bit of drawdown from here to here, so we're talking 7-8 pips. And it fluctuated a bit. I was a wee bit frightened as soon as I broke through this for a value gap, and I left this for a value gap as my last ditch hurrah, which it didn't actually come down into as of yet. But today I used a 15 pip stop loss, so I thought I'm going to tighten them up a little. If the market breaks this low here, then I am wrong, and that's what I originally started off with. Now I have moved my stop loss up to 13 pips after this impulse here happened, because I don't believe the market's going to come back down to here. Now it might come back down and take out these equal lows. So until it's maybe another impulse up, then I'm not going to move it to entry until then. So yeah, as you can see, I took partials here. That was roughly, I think, the 1-to-1 really. Yeah, roughly 15 pips. I took off around 80%, as I usually do. And I'm just going to let the trade run to the stop loss here. So to round up, market came back down after the London high. Took out the sell side liquidity over here. It still melted a little more, but on this impulse here, structure was broken, came back down. That is fib retracement around 50, as we said. It did come down as deep as 0.786. I don't like to see it go up much further than that. And once it fluctuated about here, it stacked orders and it started to take off. So I just thought I'd do something in the middle of trading. I'll take up my paper trading here just so you can see. Pull that down a little. Keep an eye on the trade. So today, 14th to the 12th, 2022, I closed out 484 on that, on this here. And that did start off as a £70,000 account, and now £7,253 pound profits. So that'll be technically a 10% a 10% challenge of whatever prop firms like to do that. And yeah, so it's a good feeling. It's good to see that it's possible for me to do, and it is definitely possible for you to do. You just have to be relentless and patient at the same time, and use paper trading. That's what it's there for. It's there to make the mistakes and learn from them. And yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. So I'm probably going to move the next impulse. I'm going to move this, stop loss to entry, and I'm going to let the trade play out, because I'm going to my son's play. As I say, he's only 6 years old, so I cannot miss it, or he kill me. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and speak to you soon. Cheerio. Bye bye.